This episode, we're going to talk about one of the coolest things you can do on the Steam controller. You can totally type on this thing. I mean, not super well. I'm so used to a QWERTY setup that typing with anything other than a normal PC keyboard is going to feel weird and slow. Especially a mechanical keyboard. I mean, seriously, nothing can replace these. They feel like your fingers are just gliding across the keys. They're amazing. Anyway, we're talking about the Steam controller here, not a mechanical keyboard. And when it comes down to it, typing on the Steam controller genuinely isn't bad once you get used to it. It beats any of the other keyboards on other controllers and consoles anyway. When using the Steam controller, you have two options when it comes to using typing. You have the default option and the daisy wheel option. The daisy wheel option is a holdover from when Big Picture was first introduced and Valve wanted a keyboard solution for people with 360 pads and whatnot, and it's alright, but it's not really advantageous when you're using the Steam controller. The standard mode, though, works really well. It works like typing on a smartphone. The on-screen keyboard is split between the two trackpads, and you hover your thumbs over a letter before selecting it. It takes a while to get used to, especially if you're used to old-style QWERTY keyboards like I am, but like any typing method, it gets much better with practice. And if you're already used to texting people on your phone, it should be even easier to get used to this. But how can you practice using it aside from using it in the Steam store, or in the desktop mode if you have it configured that way? We're definitely doing a video on desktop configs next week, I promise. Well, it just so happens that there's a great game on Steam to help you practice typing on the Steam controller.
The Typing of the Dead. Overkill!
Yep, bet you didn't know this was on Steam. It's not the original Typing of the Dead, but it is a remake of Overkill with Typing of the Dead's controls, and it is still hilarious and over the top, and it lets you practice typing on the Steam controller.
Tonight, these unlikely allies will confront terror most foul in the blood-soaked halls of Papa's Palace of Pain.
If you set the difficulty down, you'll be typing simple short words and letters with the Steam controller and blasting zombies at the same time. As you get better and better, crank up the difficulty. The game throws some really nefarious words and phrases at you once you're playing at higher difficulties. The game also has Steam Workshop support, so you can have the game throw you everything from words in other languages, complete sentences, palindromes, puns, memes, or Rick and Morty references. Basically what I'm saying is when you're at the point where you can quickly type wubba-lubba-dub-dub to kill a zombie on your Steam controller, you're ready to use it elsewhere in desktop mode and other applications. See, this game is educational, enjoyable, and really seriously funny as hell. As a side non-Steam controller note, if you haven't learned to actually type on a keyboard and would like to do so, this game is also phenomenal for that. So go out and practice. That's the only way you're going to get better at typing with the Steam controller, or any device for that matter. And if you're going to practice, you may as well have some fun doing it. Next time, I think it'll be a good time to cover how to use the Steam controller with your desktop. So if you practice using the tips from this episode, you should be ready. Have fun, and go murder some zombies with good grammar.